Conflict and tension between East and West, 1945 to 1972. Easing of tension. In 1969, Nixon became US President. The taunt was the relaxation of tension between the superpowers. There were three reasons why they were determined to improve relations. 1. To reduce the threat of nuclear war. 2. Increase trade. And 3. By 1968, the US wanted to pull out of the Vietnam War. Nixon felt that if he could improve relations with the Soviet Union, BREZHNEV might be able to negotiate an end to the war. This idea was called linkage. In 1969, an agreement of the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, which limited the number of ICBMs and ABMs, which can destroy ICBMs. This was very significant as it showed clear recognition that protecting the nuclear balance by ensuring that neither country consider themselves immune to retaliation was needed. They were allowed to use spies so that nobody was breaking the agreement. However, this did not reduce the existing nuclear weapons. In 1972, Nixon flew to Moscow, becoming the first US president to do so. He met with BREZHNEV and agreed to eventually end the arms race and develop in economic, scientific, technical and cultural fields. US and Soviet astronauts met in space and exchanged handshakes. In 1975, 35 countries, including the US and the USSR, signed the Helsinki Agreement, marking the high point of detente. The West recognized and accepted that the Soviet influenced Eastern Europe. West Germany and East Germany accepted each other, and the USSR agreed to buy US grain and export oil to the West. All countries agreed to improve human rights, which included freedom of speech about religion and travel. In 1977, Carter became president of the US. SALT II talks started in 1974 and was signed in 1979. It was agreed to make further reductions of nuclear weapons. However, the West didn't think the USSR was taking human rights seriously enough, as inside, opponents of communism criticized travel restrictions and prison conditions. One opponent, Andrei Sakharov, wanted a worldwide ban on nuclear weapons, an end to the Cold War and democracy in the USSR. He ended up being put under house arrest by the Soviet Union. Carter annoyed BREZHNEV by linking reductions in weapons with the issue of human rights. He sent a letter to support Sakharov, and BREZHNEV saw this as the US interfering with the Soviets' business. In 1979, the USSR invaded Afghanistan due to BREZHNEV's worries about the growing power of Islam, led by Mujahideen. The USSR contained 30 million Muslims near the Afghan border, and BREZHNEV was concerned that they would support Mujahideen and demand changes such as introducing Islamic law or even independence. The leader of Afghanistan, Amin, was seen as a threat to the USSR as he was not friendly with them and wanted to build relations with the US. 50,000 troops invaded and Amin was murdered. A new government was set up led by Babrak Karmal. Many Afghan soldiers joined Mujahideen as they didn't support Karmal. BREZHNEV told the US president that it was necessary and they had been invited to protect Afghan. Carter issued the Carter Doctrine, which said that the US would use military force if necessary to defend interests in the Persian Gulf. If the USSR gained too much influence on the Middle East, it could threaten the US oil supply. The Mujahideen was supported by the US and carried out warfare to win back their country. Carter cut trade between the US and the Soviet Union. In 1980, the US, along with 61 other countries, boycotted the Moscow Olympics.